the Congresswoman, please.
Okay, I can take that for you, ma'am. Can I get your name and your zip code first?
Well, I'm not in her district, but I feel compelled to call every last one of our Georgia members of our Georgia legislature today. My zip code is 30078, and
Okay.
my name is Dr. Natasha Gordon.
Okay, Dr. Gordon.
Listen, all I can start out by saying is enough is enough. The display by the president this afternoon, that really was beyond the pale. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. To use the family members, the mothers, the fathers, the brothers, the sisters of people that have died at the hands of someone else in this country, whether they are quote unquote from America or not, it's beyond the pale. When someone dies unexpectedly in a accident or a shooting or however, that's already stressful enough on people. And for him to play on the sympathies of these people to satisfy the narrative that it is okay, that this is the United States of America and we have children in cages, many of which we have no idea as to where they are, that it is okay to call people aliens. We were all born on the planet Earth. We did not come from some outlandish universe out somewhere that we've never discovered before. We are all human beings. Do you hear me? Human beings. And what I want to say is the silence by Congresswoman Handel and the rest of the Republicans is beyond reproach. The silence while this man, Donald Trump, has brought us down to a situation where race relations in this country are worse now than they've ever been in my lifetime. And I was born in 1971, and I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything to the point where people think that it is okay to treat someone in the manners in which I've seen people treated because of their race. I've never seen a president of the United States stand before the public and mock someone who has a disability. That is not okay. And I can tell you as a psychologist, and I can speak with this on some authority, as a psychologist, to watch people come to me every single day trying to talk to me about what is going on. They're disturbed, both Republicans and Democrats. You say you love this country, but I don't see how that could be true. Because if you truly love this country, you would think about carrying yourselves in a much more dignified manner than I have seen any of you carry yourselves. You would not support a president who espouses from every pore of his body hatred and bigotry. It is not okay. We live here. You all are elected officials. You do not have the right to inflict this kind of pain on the American public. And I'm telling you, as a doctor, people are hurting. We have people that are having to take all sorts of antidepressants and other types of prescription drugs just to keep their mental cells intact. This was not the case before all of this started. This was not the case before you all started treating people with less dignity and respect than you would expect yourselves. It is not okay to be a bigot in 2018. It is not okay to sit there and use families to create a narrative, once again, that it is okay to put children in cages. As a psychologist, I'm telling you, what you're doing is child abuse. It is child abuse. And every last one of these senators and congressmen up there in Washington, D.C., that sit back every day and allow this to happen, you're complicit in it. Children die in these sorts of conditions. Do you hear me? They die. And if they start dying, which they will, because children who are not picked up, who are not coddled, after so many days, they do start to die. There are plenty of studies that back up the words that I say, because unlike the president, I speak using facts. I speak on statistics. I speak on actually studies that were done. I just don't climb up into the air and bring a whole bunch of numbers down that mean nothing to no one. Okay? I can back up what I say. You all are killing people. You're killing them. And these children that are dying at your hands, that blood is on your hands. And I'm going to end with this because I know you don't have all day to talk to me. But what I'm going to say to you is this. If we're going to start trotting out those families that were killed supposedly by the illegal aliens, then let's talk about all of the people who have died in vehicular accidents at the hands of Americans killing other Americans behind the wheel of a car. If we want to even get more specific, let me tell you a little something about a friend of mine who lost her life to a drunk driver. This young woman was beautiful. She had everything going for her. She was crossing the street from her college dorm, headed to the bank to cash a check that her godfather had sent her, congratulating her on not just graduating from the University of South Carolina, but congratulating her because she was just accepted into law school. She was happy, elated about being able to follow in the steps of her father because that's all she ever wanted to do. When this woman came barreling out of nowhere and struck her, threw her body 20 feet up into the air, she came crashing to the ground on that hard pavement in the middle of the street in Columbia, South Carolina. The friend that I'm talking about, and she was a very good friend because my grandfather and her father were very good friends and we grew up together. Nancy Moore Thurmond, the daughter of Senator Strom Thurmond, when senators really were senators, when Republicans really were Republicans and looked out for the interest of everybody. Anybody that knows anything about history, you know that Strom Thurmond was the strongest, probably one of the best, if not the best senator this country has ever had. And I say that, and I'm a Democrat because I voted for him several times before moving to Georgia. And his daughter was struck down that way, holding a check from her godfather, who, by the way, stood up in her funeral and talked about how the check was returned to him by a bystander. How that check, drenched in Nancy's blood, was returned to him. That man stood there and cried like a baby. That man's name is Senator Bob Dole. So you see, if Trump wants to start telling stories about pain and loss, there's some of us out there that have some that can touch many people far better than the folks that he had out there today. And I would like to say that I really don't appreciate what Trump did today because he denigrated the memory of my friend Nancy. He denigrated her memory. He denigrated the memory of her father, Senator Strom Thurmond. He did that today. And for me, that's a bridge way too far. And perhaps I should have called Senator Handel, our Congressman Handel, before today. But when I saw what he did today, I became so angry, so livid, that I'm still shaking after that display of nonsense and tomfoolery today. And I'm going to tell you guys that you need to stop it. I'm tired of you all quoting Bible verses, because if you really want to talk about Bible verses in relation to what you all are doing to this country and the people in it, you really, please, Congresswoman Handel needs to read Psalms 109. She needs to read it. She needs to ingest it. She needs it to become a part of her fabric. Stop using the Lord in the cloak of Christianity to do these evil, vile, sadistic things that you guys are doing because it's not right. And you think that you're targeting specific groups of people. You're not targeting specific groups of people. Everybody is disturbed by what is going on in Washington, D.C., and it needs to stop. It really does.
Okay, ma'am. I will be sure to pass your concerns on to Congresswoman.
It's more than a concern. I'm angry. I'm livid. It needs to stop, sir. I'm sorry. It does.
Okay, ma'am.
And it's not ma'am. It's Dr. Gordon. Please give me that respect. Thank you. Have a great day.